Shuichi, are you ready to go to sleep? I'm tired. I said playfully, falling into his chest. I felt him groan while I wrapped my arms around his torso. I felt more exhausted when he did this. I mean, I was already tired from the intense day that we both had today. Being with Shuichi, it's kind of a given that this is going to be different from the average high school relationship. You know those relationships that they say, I love you and we are going to be together forever? When it only lasts for a week or so? Not all of them are like that, obviously, but most of them are, and it makes me sad.
Yeah, I'm exhausted.
He said, moving his hand to rub the small of my back. This made me relax even more into his touch. I moved closer to Shuichi, trying to push my thoughts away. It was nice to be held. I remember how many times I wanted nothing more than to be held by someone and told that it was going to be okay, or that they would always be there for me. But that never happened. This made me want hugs from others and other endearing touches, but never really got any because of my non-existent family and few friends. I mumbled into his chest, letting myself fall limp in his arms. I felt him shift around a bit on the bed so we could lay down side by side. His arms were still around me as he slowly pulled me closer to his chest.
Good night, my love.
He hummed into my ear before he placed a kiss on my cheek. After that, I fell asleep. I felt like I've been sleeping better since we have gotten together. But even then, I hate waking up. Just feeling all the stress of having to go through another day, it's so exhausting. It makes me feel like I never want to sleep in the first place. I didn't even know what happened in any of the dreams I might have had. I can't remember having a dream. This is normal for me. Dreaming is a luxury when I get one, because it distracts me from all my thoughts, and worse, the nightmares. I felt myself shuffle around the bed for a moment before my eyes fluttered open. Another day, huh? I asked myself, feeling my shoulders slump before I looked over at Shuichi. I know that every time I look at him, or even when I think about him, everything just seems so much easier, and that I'm not alone anymore. I felt the memory of my mother's funeral come to my mind. I felt the same sadness I felt that day I lost her, all over again. She was always there for me whenever I skinned my knee or whenever I wanted to talk about anything. But then one day, she was gone.
Kokichi?
Shuichi brushed his thumbs over my cheeks, wiping away my tears. It took me a minute to realize by the look he was giving me that he had the same memory. Sorry, Shuichi, I didn't mean for that to come to my mind. I felt my heartbeat quicken as my vision blurred. It's like the funeral all over again.
It's okay. I'm right here.
Was all I could make out before all the sounds around me went muffled. I closed my eyes and moved my hands over my ears. My body immediately went into fetal position to try and protect myself from the fear I was perceiving. It was making the world so quiet while my thoughts are so damn loud. They all left you. He only wants to pity you. They don't understand, and they never will. You'll always be alone. Kokichi? I knew I was shaking, and I tried to look at Shuichi, but my eyes were squeezed closed. I couldn't move or anything. Why is this happening? I can't hear Shuichi. I can't hear anything. Please let me hear him. I want to feel safe. Oh God, I can't do this. I'm all alone again. I don't want to be alone again. Screams with my thoughts all become a yell that soon started to make no sense. It was just screaming as if it was in pain, as if I was in pain, as if he was in pain. Shuichi, I love you. Please come back. Please love me back. I don't want to lose you too. I just got you back. After eternities of my thoughts drowning me until I felt like I was lost in the abyss of my depression, I didn't want to go back here. I want to be with Shuichi. I want to feel safe in his arms again. I want to kiss him again. feeling his lips on mine while his arms pull me close, making me feel safe.
It's okay. I'm always going to be here. I'll keep you safe.
Shuichi came back to me, pulling me out of my hole. I can hear you. I can hear you. I'm not alone anymore. With the little energy I had, I wrapped my arms around him and held him as tightly as I could.
Kokichi? You're all right. I love you so much.
He said into my ear, keeping his voice hushed. I smiled and let myself sob into his shoulder. Shuichi, you're back. You're here for me. I whispered with my hoarse voice. I hated having to feel this nervous and anxious, but I'm glad Shuichi was here to help me out of it. When I was younger, even before I met Shuichi, I always had to deal with all this on my own. Crying into my knees while I was curled up in a ball, choking on my screams so no one would have to come and find me so they could call me weak, wanting nothing more than to just curl up and die.
I'm here, okay? I love you.
He slowly kissed me all over my face, slowly moving his lips across my tear-stained face, holding my face in his hands for a moment before he went back to holding me close to him. I feel safe. I'm glad he doesn't just leave me whenever I break down, just like the rest of them did.
Do you want me to call in sick for both of us today? Just tell Kyoko what's going on?
He asked, looking me in my eyes. I felt so sick from the breakdown and all the crying. The Dice members all know that sometimes I just have to stay in my room for the majority of the day because of things like this happening. Yeah, sorry I'm making you miss school, I whispered, feeling my body slump against his again. He smiled and kissed my forehead.
I don't mind, Kokichi. I love you, and I want to make sure you are okay. I want you to be happy.
He said quietly. I let myself nod against his chest, making him giggle.
I'll just text Kyoko and Cathy then, okay?
He asked once more. I gave him another nod, and he pulled out his phone again and called them while I fell asleep against him. Maybe this is just because of being close to him. I wonder what would happen if he changed me. He might feel scared to do that to me, seeing how he reacted to the bite. Maybe another time, or... No, I shouldn't be thinking about this right now. I need to get some rest so I can be with Shuichi. I love you so much, Shu.